Let's right now check in again with Storm Tracker meteorologist Carson. I just mentioned that we have the potential for that severe weather, far more potentially serious than we first thought when we woke up this morning.
Chris, the situation has escalated rather quickly this morning. As we've received more data throughout the morning, we become more concerned that this will be a significant severe weather outbreak. And as we have mentioned throughout this broadcast, a rare level 5 risk has been issued just to our west. This includes northern Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, and the city of Memphis. This is the first level 5 risk in the entire United States in over 2 years. Just give you some context as to how rare those are. Here in North Alabama, you notice the level 4 risk on our 1 to 5 scale now stretches into the shoals. Bottom line, I do not want you to get hung up on these different colors or these different numbers. Every single one of us could see rough weather after 10 o'clock tonight, and some of that weather could be significant, especially west of I-65. Make sure your severe weather checklist is ready to go, especially with this being an overnight event. You've got to have multiple ways to get those warnings that are not tornado sirens. Don't rely solely on those sirens, especially while you're sleeping inside your house tonight. Know where your shelter is. Charge your phones in case you lose power tonight so you can still live stream our coverage, and check back with us on all of our platforms, on the Way 31 Storm Tracker weather app, on waytv.com, and of course here on television as well. The early warning radar network has been mostly quiet through the morning. We've had some showers roll through. Most of the showers right now along the Alabama-Tennessee state line, and we are not expecting much in the way of severe weather until that main show arrives after 10 o'clock tonight. Take a look outside in the shoals. Something that is a good thing today is the cloud cover. That's capping the fuel in the atmosphere somewhat, but because of all the wind energy we've got in the atmosphere, that's going to counteract the lack of fuel for those severe storms tonight. It's 65 in northwest Alabama right now. Most of us are in the mid-60s, and we will still get into the mid-70s before the day is out, with those scattered showers and possibly 1 or 2 storms during the daytime hours. Let's talk about those threats region by region. For the shoals, where we have that level 4 risk now in effect, we're concerned about damaging straight line winds upwards of 70 miles per hour, strong, long-track tornadoes, and large hail. Storm timing for the shoals is the same, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Along the I-65 corridor here in Huntsville, midnight to 4 a.m. Wind gusts upwards of 70 miles per hour, tornadoes, some of which could be strong, as well as heavy rain that may cause flash flooding. Northeast Alabama, Scottsboro, Gunnersville, Fort Payne, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour with spin-up tornadoes, but I will say the tornado threat is slightly lower in northeast Alabama, but don't get me wrong, it is still there. We'll zoom things out on future radar. This is 5 o'clock this evening. We are going to be watching these supercells in eastern Arkansas. That's the reason why the level 5 risk is in effect. And that, unfortunately, is where we have the chance for those stronger, potentially violent tornadoes just to our west tonight. Those supercells will hold together and potentially move into the shoals after 10 o'clock. Eventually, at some point tonight, those supercells will congeal into a long line of severe storms that will produce damaging wind gusts upwards of 70 to 75 miles per hour, with additional tornadoes possible. Once we get past 5 a.m., the storms move to our east across Georgia, and we will finally quiet things down by sunrise tomorrow morning. And it's also going to be windy. We could get those gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour outside of storms tonight. Stay with us on air, online at waytv.com, and on the Way 31 Storm Tracker weather app. 7-day forecast shows a quiet weekend with more storms early next week.